Welcome, everyone. Good evening. I hope you're having a good Monday evening. Welcome, welcome. Let's give it a few seconds, a minute or so for some people to join us. Hey, Melanie, how are you? Marthane, hello. Welcome, everybody. We got a lot to discuss today. Slam those hearts. Hey, Waves, Karma, good evening. Charlene, Lori, Robin, Kimmers, sometimes going to Mary, Patty, Debbie, Deb, good evening. Good evening, guys. Sue Q, Patty, Kimmers, Jen, Lourdes, Bridget, Gwendolyn, Misha, Kelly, Karma, Kim, Dimitri, Elizabeth, Bridget. I'm trying to name all of you guys. There's just so many of you. Pegs is riled up is here. Chris McKinney, Chardonnay, Chris, everybody, just welcome, guys. I hope today you guys had a somewhat of a peaceful day. I just got home not too long ago. Today, my wife forced me, even though there was a lot of breaking news, and I figured I'll just, when I get home, I'll give it all to you. So slam those hearts, folks. Make sure we get as many people as possible because we're going to talk about some three very important subjects. One having to do with international, meaning having to do with Ukraine, Russia, Trump's proposed peace. I was going to say peace, mafia circle or whatever you want to call it, that he's putting together in the Middle East to divvy up the Middle East. Venezuela, we're going to talk about. We're also going to talk about some breaking news that I broke earlier today. Unfortunately, it's not great news, but we are going to talk about that they are looking, my sources are talking, and very seriously, there's a major campaign going on to indict and to arrest Don Lemon. Those of you know Don Lemon, we're going to go into that story, and not only Don Lemon, but also a lot of it has to do with the insurrection, what Trump is planning on doing. A lot of it also has to do with BLM, the BLM organization. I'll give you guys a lot. So I've been the one thing while I was out. So my wife, I was telling you, I'm all over the place. And last but not least, before I tell you how I started, last but not least, we are going to talk about, as I always promised, and we always talk about, is the Epstein Files. We will talk about. I'll give you the latest updates on what's going on, and we are going to also talk about some of Michael Cohen and so what's going on over there, what's happening in Congress, what's happening with some of the survivors, and I'll bring you up to speed on all of that. We'll leave that towards the end because that's probably going to be a lot of conversation. As always, folks, for those of you that are my paid subscribers, first of all, everybody out here, this information is important, so slam the hearts. If you can't be a paid subscriber, just sit back, relax, and listen to the information, and then make sure you pass it. Make sure you comment on it. Make sure you spread it as far and with as many people as possible. For those of you that are paid subscribers, you're able to have your chat. Obviously, we have a family, a community, so all of you guys are continue your conversations. You have incredible. I watch conversations, also questions. We will get to some questions towards the end, and if there's anybody, any of our paid subscribers that wants to come up and has something that they want to share with us, talk about during Q&A, just make sure you guys let me know. Sometimes it's like 10 minutes behind, so just sometimes you have to hit it a couple of times, and I'll try to bring you up so we could get everybody. And for those of you that are watching the National Football Championship, I also have it on over here. I'm a major Miami Hurricane fan. Indiana, incredible also, undefeated season. So it's an incredible game. If I'm keeping you away from it, I'm truly sorry. Maybe you could put it on and watch it as we're talking. Or if you want to watch the game, I will be putting this out later, and you can watch this. What's it called on Rewind? Indiana, great. KK. I mean, they have an incredible season. Both great teams. It should be an incredible game. So definitely, I'll give you guys the option because you could watch this later on record, or you watch the game while we're watching it. But this is a lot of information, important information. So make sure whatever you do, either watching it live right now or watching it later, you definitely watch it, definitely spread it. Oh, Chris went to FSU. Well, a lot of the guys that have to do with in my past and with Venezuela are a lot of them are FSU alumni. So that's a Venezuela story we could talk about. I'll give you a little story time with Lev, but just to give you a little before we get into everything personal, my wife took me out today. We had the South Florida fair in town, and today Martin Luther King birthday. The kids were off from school, and we took the kids to the fair. And she promised me no phone, no anything, but I still kept a little information for you guys. So that's why we have a lot. But that's why, as you could see, I got a little burnt today. Didn't realize it. The sun in Florida, I haven't been out for a long time, and but the kids had a great time. It was incredible. You finally got the book. Shadow Diplomacy came today. I'm so happy, folks. Make sure we have a limited supply right now. I have more coming in. I also got some hardcovers that came in that we haven't had for a long time. If you haven't yet, make sure to go. Lev Remembers. Definitely get your copy of Shadow Diplomacy. I promise you, it's a great. I know I'm going to wear sunscreen. My wife wanted to kill me. She said, "I can't believe you didn't wear sunscreen." I didn't. It was a cold day today. Well, cold. It was in the 70s today, so I didn't think. And usually, well, as you could see, here I am. But definitely, I recommend a couple of ways. It's a great read. B, it's also, I could tell you one thing that for all of you and most of you here are part of our movement, not just curious Georges, as they said. This connects a lot of the dots to a lot of the things that are going on right now in front of our eyes, from Russia, Ukraine, Venezuela, and inside our own country, because there was just. So I definitely, if you are planning on reading anything, you make sure get it. You could get it either at levremembers.com. You could also get it at Amazon, but I don't promote Bezos, so that's why I recommend you go to levremembers.com, and also at levremembers.com. You could also request to get a signed copy or a personalized copy. So definitely recommend. So let's get into some of the news for the day. Some of it you might have heard already, but I'm going to give you some inside look of some of the stuff that has been breaking over the day today. First of all, let's talk about Russia, Ukraine. Tomorrow, I'm going to have Alexander on. We're going to do a live. I'm going to have Philip Eitner also. And we're going to do a live from Ukraine, give you a full update. But just to give you a quick 30,000, and I'm also going to write a letter about Ukraine, Voice from Ukraine. So this way to give you a full overall update about Ukraine. Joe Walsh, we will talk about Joe Walsh. So folks, yeah, so just keep your questions towards the end. But if I miss something, you'll remind me. In the meantime, you guys welcome to conversate. What I'm going to give you, I want to give you a breakdown of the different subjects, and then maybe what we'll do is we'll do a Q&A after each subject, because there's three important ones. So this way you don't have to hold your questions. I think that's a better way of doing it. So, so Russia right now is continuing. What can you contact Lev again? I'm sorry, I'm reading some of yours distracting me. So Russia's continuing attacking Ukraine. Today, overnight, they hit again their infrastructure. They again their infrastructure to basically heat, electricity. Some of the stuff that was fixed in the past couple of days have got hit again. And in Ukraine right now, they are in dire straits. But thanks to each and every one of you who have helped and donated to the GoFundMe. Right now, Alexander, today, I think he picked up the generators that the money was raised for. Him and Philip Biden tomorrow are going to give us the whole game plan, where they're delivering, and what the next steps are, and what else we could do to help. I know the one thing that we can do. I think we have, I think 10,000 or 12,000 left of the gold of buy the additional. Folks, every just so you understand, every $3,000 is a generator approximately, because some cost a little more, some a little less. The each generator helps, sometimes not one family, but sometimes two, three families right now are living in one, what's it called, house or facility. So if you can, we just need a little bit more to at least get the final, I think whatever, three, four, five generators that are left from that we have allocated to be able, and then we will go on to the next round to be able to figure out. We'll listen to what Alexander and Philip advise us as helping out the Ukrainians. Uh, Talking about Ukraine for a second. Obviously, if a lot of you might have heard some of the breaking news today with Greenland. Greenland is a major issue that we're talking about. You guys, I don't know, for those of you that haven't, I'll quickly talk about that letter. Most of you probably have heard about Donald Trump writing the letter, where he's basically saying that the reason why he is going to take over Greenland one way or, oh, excuse me, one way or another, is, and he writes it in literally in, you can't make this up. He writes down, says, because he did not get the peace prize, Nobel Peace Prize, and because he didn't receive the Nobel Peace Prize, he is no longer interested in peace. That's exactly what he said. I'm paraphrasing it. I'm not going to read the whole letter. I'm not going to waste too much time on it because it's disgusting. It's stupid, and a lot of it is just distraction right now. Because I could tell you, folks, they are laughing. From my sources in the White House, what I'm hearing, and I want to be dead honest with you. Absolutely, they're dead set to make sure to take Greenland one way or another. But I could tell you this much: we are not invading Greenland tomorrow. From what I'm hearing, I mean, things could change. Things could change with this guy. He's off the rails. But from what I'm hearing right now, it's more of a distraction. It's more of a distraction for several things, because this is what's happening. What a lot of people are not saying. This whole Greenland situation. What's up, Nick? Welcome to the show. If later on, if you want to come up, I'll bring you up also. The distraction is he's getting all of NATO and the Eastern European and European countries all in an uproar. And nobody's concentrating on helping Ukraine right now. Instead, what they're doing is worried about, what's going on with Greenland. So no more. So you don't have no more like all of these conversations with Trump about peace, all these peace talks, none of it. It's all about now Greenland. So that's the first distraction. The second distraction, folks, and I'm going to keep saying it, it's all time, has to do with the Epstein Files. Because the more he keeps talking about invading Greenland, the more he keeps, writing these letters, the more he keeps doing that, the more Congress, the more people are more, it's fear, the fear, that he puts in people. Oh my God, I walked into the supermarket and there are people literally walk around thinking we're going to World War III any day because we're going to invade Greenland, and NATO is going to attack us, and we're going to be at war with the whole world. Folks, I want to stop you. That's not going to happen. Uh, I mean, when I say it's not going to happen, I'm not Nostradamus, and I'm not saying that, but I want to be, I always like to be the voice of common reason, common sense, from what I'm hearing from my sources and from what I'm speaking. This is more of a distraction, and they don't need, America is not going to shoot and fire forces against Europe. Europe's not going to do it against America. It's not going to happen, folks. This is not Russia. This is, and the Europeans already came out and said that this is the purpose of having more military there was not to scare the United States, not to go after the United States, not to attack the United States, but to coincide with what Donald Trump was asking for, and basically uh, give more of a securance for Greenland and support. So I just want to make it clear. And again, I'm not saying that he's not going to take Greenland, folks. That's not what I'm saying. Very much so wants to do it. It's part of Project 2025. It's part of the deals there, the dividing of and conquer of the nation between Russia and Trump and China and all of these things playing in the background. But for right now, that's why I want to make sure that we keep our concentration on what's important to be able to get this ruthless maniac out of power and not follow the media distractions, because that's exactly what that is. So that's what Greenland is. Also, another thing he did, which was totally bizarre to me when I heard it, in the breaking news, and then when I called and spoke to some of my sources, it just verified what we were talking about. If you remember, I was telling you part of the plan, next plan is going to be to normalize Russian relationships, normalize business Russian relationships. Well, here you have it, folks. This is the very first one. Donald Trump is basically gave an open invitation to Vladimir Putin. He gave an open invitation to Belarus dictator Lukashenko, and he gave an open invitation to Hungary dictator Viktor Orban, to three dictators that have no peace in their own country, that are, literally dictators. He gave him an offer to welcome them to be on his peace committee in the Middle East, folks. Hey, Cheech, welcome. You're coming in late. We'll speak about Ukraine tomorrow. I just wanted to give everybody a heads up, Cheech. Tomorrow we're going to have a whole special on Ukraine, but welcome. So, yes, folks. So you just got to think about it. He's inviting dictators to be on a peace committee because it's not about peace. It's about business. These are the same people that are involved in business. And the one thing a lot of people are not noticing, but Kirill Dmitriev, Putin's number one guy, the guy that deals with Witkoff, the one that's with Kushner, the one that leads, his most loyal guy, keeps putting out cryptic messages on his Twitter account. And a few days ago, he put a Twitter account on his Twitter account. He goes, has Europe missed Nord Stream 2 yet? Remember, I keep telling you guys that Nord Stream 2 is part of the play. Remember that, mark that, because when all of a sudden the news says breaking news, Donald Trump, and they're talking about Nord Stream 2, we'll say we were there months ahead again. But it's not about, this is not a game. The sad part, it's not a game about who wins. We don't get a prize when we're right. That's the sad part, is when we're right, it's bad things because certain people are not listening. But the good part about it is that our voices people are starting to listen, getting louder, and we have some major things in the works, major announcements coming out in the next week, hopefully, or 2 weeks, but the sooner the better, that you will understand that we have a lot of action that is being planned. So for those of you, we have also a GoFundMe set up. For those of you that can, it's our basically it's our phase 1 GoFundMe. Some of our volunteers will put it in the chat. Also, we are, you guys, God bless each and every one of you. Thanks to you, we already have enough to be able to make this start doing what we need to do. We need a little bit more to be able to put the full phase 1 in motion. So whatever you can, Jay, I see, is out there. She's putting it out, the GoFundMe, whatever you can, folks. Again, no pressure, because I understand lots of happening, but if you can, we're almost there. Lots of good news coming out there. Simultaneously with that, we have our volunteer hotline. Very important. Grassroots, number one. That's what we're all about here at Lev Remembers. We no corporate media. We're not going to take money from the big guys. We're here to speak truth to power and uncover the corruption that all these big guys are doing. So that's why, Nick, I hope, by the way, I heard you back messed up. I hope you're feeling better, my brother. Also, shout out to Nick Parra. I know his back was hurting, so definitely give him a shout out. So I just wanted to say to you folks, the volunteer hotline is extremely important. So that's why I want to make also sure there's no pressure on anything. If you can't donate, you can't contribute, make sure you sign up to be a volunteer. You could, or if you can't do that, become a subscriber. Subscriptions are for free. But one of the most important things I ask of you guys is to become, if you can, paid subscribers. The reason why I say that is because there's several strategic points to it, not because of the $8, because I rather, if it was because of the money, I would be telling you to donate to our, GoFundMe's or to my PayPal or Venmo, which either one, whatever helps easiest. The reason why I say that the paid subscriptions are extremely important is because they also work with the way the algorithms work and the way people promote, the way the system puts your news out. And because, as you could see, our news is primarily breaking news. We don't just comment on stuff. Because of that, we need to get on the priority, and we're already there most of the time. We're in the top 5. Today we're at number 3, and that's because thanks to each and every one of you, top 3 in the world. Think about it. We are number 3 in the world in politics, and we've been world news, and we've been there number 1 for many weeks. So I just wanted to say that. Oh, I see Tara finally subscribed. God bless you. Thank you. Welcome aboard. So that's what I wanted to tell you. Make sure whatever you can, there is no pressure whatsoever. We are here as a family, a community. We look out for each other. But the one thing I do say is everybody could do something. So if you can't, do it money wise, do it, by subscribing, by sending the message, by telling a friend, and together like that, we all get it done. So, with that said, let's go into the major 2 breaking news of the day that we're going to talk about. The first one is what is happening in Minnesota, folks. I want to say it's very serious and it's not a joke. The A lot of you might have seen some of the video that came out. Yes, so let me give you basically what's it called? The backstory of what happened. For those of you that might not know, if you know, just bear with me because a lot of people, though might be working, might have not heard everything that's going on. So yesterday, there was protest going on in Minneapolis. And Don Lemon, you guys know Don. Don is one of our, family members here at Substack. Don does a lot of great reporting. Don did something incredible. He did something incredible, but unfortunately, it backfired, and we're going to talk about it. Again. I'm going to talk about things. I want to preference that I'm not blaming Don on anything. Don did nothing wrong. Don, reported, and that's why I'm going to make the preference. But I'm going to tell you what's happening because the way Trump and the White House are using it, especially Stephen Miller, they're now using it as a major tool, and I'm worried for Don Lemon. I'm going to be honest. I texted Don earlier. I texted everybody and I told them as soon as I heard, before I even put the breaking, if you saw the breaking news, as soon as I heard that they're planning on going after Don Lemon and they're planning on using an 1860 something KKK rule, a Ku Klux Klan law. Can you imagine on Don Lemon? Yes, folks, it's sick to say. So what happened was, Don Lemon was yesterday all day doing coverage of the protests in Minneapolis, when all of a sudden there was. I was not there. I did not see exactly how he ended up with this group. He ended up with a group of protesters that went into a church. When they went into a church, they were protesting peacefully, saying basically they're Renee Good's name, Renee Nicole Good's name. They were basically stopped. And again, I'm not agreeing with Don Lemon, and I'm not agreeing with the protesters for disrupting a church. I'm not, disagreeing for free protests. This is not what we're doing here, folks. So it's not about, I'm not giving you my personal opinion because I'm not here to debate what I feel or what I think is right or wrong. Okay. Uh, I'm here to tell you what my insiders are telling me and what's going on and how Trump and how his people are looking at it and how they're doing it. Basically, while this happened, a lot of churchgoers, obviously, and again, I want everybody to understand we've gotten to a point where just think about how Donald Trump divided our country. I mean, they went into the church to protest, not all of those people. They went to protest because there was an ICE, the information that they had, the way I understand is there was an ICE, a preacher that was also an ICE, either agent or something to do with ICE and the ICE payroll, and they went to protest him. Understood. But a lot of people that were in that church probably that wanted to pray and had nothing to do with that. Doesn't mean they believed in it. Doesn't just because they were part of the congregation doesn't mean they were all part of it. So I do understand. I want to preference, just like if any one of you were sitting in a church praying, or a synagogue, or a mosque, or wherever you're praying, and all of a sudden somebody decided to come in there and protest. I understand. It's it's a house of God. But with that said, again, not my opinion, not about that. I'm here to discuss what is going on. So Don was there to report. As a journalist, do report. So Don Lemon came out. He made a statement. He said his First Amendment rights. He was out there. So I'll leave that to them. My thing is, I'm telling you what is going on behind the scenes. So behind the scenes is in the White House. They are rejoicing right now and celebrating what's happening because a couple of things transpired, and I'm going to look at my notes. So, first of all, Stephen Miller is in full charge of what's taking place right now. Second of all, there are major the investigation. I know some of it you heard about, but major investigation into not only Governor Walz and Mayor Frey, but also Renee Nicole Good's partner, into her also, and obviously also into the actions of the deceased Renee and excuse me, Renee Nicole Good. So this is part of what they're doing, and this was part of basically to promote and to set out the Insurrection Act. And I don't know if you heard, my son reported on it today, but there's already 1,500 troops that are being ready to get deployed into Minnesota. These are not ICE agents, folks. These are actual troops. This is actual military, that 1,500 military. So think about it. We have over 3,000 ICE agents right now in Minnesota that has 500 police officers, and now he's ready to put in there another 1,500 troops. Part of it is to decapitate the leadership. Through this investigation, to go after Waltz and Frey, to be able to take their control away from what's it called, the leadership, and with the Insurrection Act. And now they also are because what my source, I did not see this. I don't know. Maybe you guys have seen it, but what my source in the White House is telling me is that Stephen Miller, they've also received supposedly that some Black Lives Matter. They didn't say that they were part of organizing the uh, protest, but they said that BLM played the live video on their on one of their, I guess, sites. So basically, they are now tying in BLM, Stephen Miller, and also Don Lemon, and also some of the people, the people that protested, and are trying to put together a major case. So, and what I'm hearing from one of my sources, and I want to be very clear, not, I mean, I'm praying that I'm wrong this time, folks. Really am. But I'm hearing that of the wording that was used is that they are going to teach Lemon a lesson. They're going to teach BLM a lesson, and I am extremely worried for what's to come because I think, we've seen that Donald Trump, because there's also a major push by Mega right now going after Pam Bondi, that if she doesn't do something actively towards Don Lemon, that Donald Trump came out. I don't know if you've seen, Donald Trump has retweeted certain MAGA influencers that are calling for the arrest of Don Lemon. Donald Trump has retweeted that already. So basically, this is what is happening right now. Literally, right now, there are agents, DOJ agents, from what I understand from my sources in Minnesota, and right now the case is being built to go after Don Lemon, to go after BLM organizers in Minnesota, to go after certain also part of the group that protested, and obviously they're also trying to tie in Governor Walz and Mayor Frey into the situation. And the crazy part is because they're not doing anything to stop it, because they didn't send any police to stop it. So, very, very serious situation. And Stephen Miller is running it. If I hear, I promised also, if I hear any new news, obviously I will be telling Don first and letting but I will be going live right away if I hear anything more that's going to come out of that. But it is very serious what's happening in Minnesota, because they're laying out the groundwork to what they're planning out doing everywhere else. And, just like when, if you recall, a lot of the pundits out there saying, oh, he might not do this, he might not do this, folks, just think about what he just did in Venezuela. In Venezuela, we had all our military buildup. He said he's going to do it. Military buildup. He said he's going to do it. Then boom, one day he did it. Same thing here. She basically is telling you, somebody said that Noel Dunphy has the Michael Cohen files. Uh, Interesting, but I know Noel Dunphy very well. I will give Noel a call. That's interesting. I'll give her a call. But folks, I just want to spread the news. We need to make sure that we do whatever we can. Keep pushing our Congress people, because they're the only ones. We need a few Republicans to join forces with us to be able to stop this craziness, because he is going full force, and he's going to, do the Insurrection Act. I have no doubt about it. He is going to. They are going to indict some people, either either Don Lemon or the mayor or the governor or all of them. I mean, literally. That's how insane this is, and the only way we could stop this is insanity is by literally, by having what's it called. By literally having Congress do something about it. Because otherwise, if we don't, folks, I'm telling you, I'm not trying to scare anybody. I'm trying to make sure that we use our fear and we channel it, and our anger, our fear, our anger, our disappointment. And I know a lot of you, it's difficult, and I read some of your DMs and messages, and I know some of you say I need to take some time off. Even I can't even listen to this every day. I don't know what to do with myself, and I hear you folks. I really do. You just think about it, I have to tell you these things every day. I mean, and then I have to live with my own family, and some of the things I can't even tell you that I'm hearing until that is crazy enough. And this has been my life, so I feel you, I know you, and I hear you, and I understand you. But I don't. The one thing I could tell you is, like my sister always tells me, just stay positive. And that's what keeps me going, by trying to find those loopholes of positivity in all of this negativity. And we do have some. We have a major positive loophole, as bad as it is, and it's called the Epstein Files. And that's one of the other things that we're going to talk about. And obviously, this is something. But before we get into the Epstein Files, and before we get to Michael Cohen and all of that, is there any questions you guys have that you want to? Let me see to make sure, see if we're backlogged. Hold on a second. If you okay, I think we're here. So if there's any questions you guys have that you want to go into, anybody want to come up right now before we go into Michael Cohen, Epstein stuff? You want to wait that till finish up and we go over all of that stuff, and then we do. Let me know whatever you want to do. I'm here for you. So let me see. Moss asked, should we also be concerned that a special flight squadron from Russia will be landing in Cuba this evening? The type of flight usually holds intelligence security. Uh, I wouldn't be worried too much about Russia flying into Cuba, because right now what's happening is basically Trump and Putin are dividing the hemisphere, and right now this it's called Trump country. If anything, I'd be more concerned about America going into Cuba literally any day. Uh, let's see. I'm trying to seek some of your questions. Uh, Let's see. People need to call their yes. Mary, you're 100%. People need to call their representatives nonstop. Midas and Cohen, we will speak about that. By the way, folks, tomorrow, just so you know, we are business as usual. I spoke to Ben today. Again, I want to shout out to the Midas guys. I know, Dan Bongino. We could talk about Dan Bongino before we go into Midas and everything else. Ben, that quick Dan Bongino situation. Dan Bongino right now, I've spoken to Congressman Raskin. Congressman Raskin has went on the floor and discussed Dan Bongino. They're looking to subpoena him, and hopefully they get Dan Bongino and start asking him some questions. But there's other besides Dan Bongino that we're going to go into also. Let's see. Grand juries must refuse to indict anything. Grand juries, you're right, but the grand juries, they say could indict a ham sandwich. But to see, question about. How can we help Don Lemon right now, folks? I think the best way to help Don Lemon is spread the news, keep making sure that there is more and more, what's it called? Awareness of it. The more awareness of it is, the more people know about it, the more people are listening, the more I think, the more it's difficult for them to do anything. But I have not spoken to Don personally, and that's why the one thing I do, I'm still curious, and we're gonna go back to, is about Don as far as what his take is on Michael Cohen, because one thing has nothing to do with the other, and I'm going to go about everybody about Michael Cohen. So let's talk about what's it called, the Epstein Files, and then we could talk about Michael Cohen. We could talk about all of this stuff. So first of all, I want to, before we get into talk about anything, I want to give a shout out to certain people for doing the right thing that I've seen. If you guys have seen others, please put them in the chat, and I want to do a shout out. But so far, from what I've seen, that are the Midas Touch, they have canceled everything with Michael Cohen. Jojo from Jersey. I'm with you, Jojo. I hear you. We're with you. We support you. I felt so bad. I read her letter, the way she got conned by Michael Cohen, but it's okay. Michael Cohen conned a lot of people, but I'm proud of you because you came out. You didn't wait till, like a lot of people are waiting. You came out, you canceled him, you blocked him, and done. So, Jojo, sending my love. Absolutely. Glenn Kirshner. Glenn, you didn't write a letter, you didn't come up and write a post, but I saw your live that you did, and you addressed it, and I want to give a shout out to Glenn Kirshner. He addressed it. He said right away, he was never really, even believed Michael Cohen in a lot of things. He went on with him because just like a lot of other people were conned by him, that he had a real mea culpa. Steve Schmidt, absolutely. Shout out to Steve Schmidt, but Steve Steve Schmidt was with us from the beginning. Steve Schmidt, Dean Blundell, Zev Shalev, Ellie, all, Waj, all of these people were there from the beginning. But these are people I'm giving shout outs to that have literally, after the news broke, because the very first straw was the Midas touch. I know a lot of people might be upset with them, but like it or not, they were the first ones. They came out and they cut ties. After that, JoJo right away, Glenn Kirshner came out right away, and then also Ron Flipanowski. Ron Flip he is what's it called? Editor, the head editor for the Midas Touch. He him personally wrote a letter. I read the letter. It was also basically talking about. I know a lot of you, I see in the comments, and a lot of you keep asking me about two people in particular, Joe Walsh and Malcolm Nance. So I'm going to be completely honest with you folks. Uh, so Malcolm Nance, I have not spoken to yet. Uh, I have not seen Malcolm Nance do a post or say anything about it. Uh, the one thing I know is that Malcolm has been busy. They're putting together a trip to go to Denmark with Dean Blundell and some other people to be able, So I'm going to give. I always give the benefit of the doubt. Excuse me, and I'm hoping Malcolm is just too busy with what he's doing and is not paying attention to this whole Michael Cohen thing. But I can't imagine Malcolm continuing once he hears or once he sees. Uh, I can't imagine Malcolm having anything to do with Michael Cohen. Just from how I know Malcolm, I think Malcolm, like somebody said, he has bigger fish to fry. I just think he is not aware of the situation. I think once he's aware of it, we'll see how he responds. And folks, I'll be completely honest with you. I love Malcolm. I stand behind him. But if Malcolm comes out for whatever reason, either supports Michael Cohen or for whatever reason doesn't come out and denounce him, I will not stand with Malcolm Nance either. It's nothing. This is right now. It's not personal, but like I said, to me, this is very personal. Whoever supports Michael Cohen and whoever continues the cover up is no better than Michael Cohen, Donald Trump, or anybody else that's covering up for the Epstein Files. So basically, that's my take on that. So that's Malcolm Nance. Have not spoken to him. I know he is very busy putting together this Greenland trip to Denmark. They're doing it. So I could only say this, that Malcolm's my brother, and I think and I would like for everybody to give him a fair chance and to respond. And I'm sure next time he goes live, or I'm sure he's going to go live today, tomorrow, the next day. And each and every one of you should ask him, and and I'm sure Malcolm will do the right thing. I'm convinced of it. But again, we'll wait and see. Joe Walsh. Joe Walsh today was. I've actually have been texting back and forth with Joe Walsh the past 2 days. Because I know for those of you, Joe Walsh had a live with Michael Cohen. When he had that live with Michael Cohen, I went on that live, and while we were doing that live, I was writing messages to come up, and Joe Walsh made some very strong comments to Michael at that time. He said, "Michael, if I find out you're lying, if I find out that you had something to do with this, I will be the first one to denounce you." Again, so far, Joe Walsh has not, that I know of, has not come out and denounced Michael Cohen. Joe Walsh, what can I say? There was what happened today. There was a live video, not live video, a video that came out. I thought it was live. Certain people contacted me and said Joe Walsh has gone live, and he's not talking about the Michael Cohen situation. I went on that live, and I started, basically confronting Joe Walsh, and then we all realized that there was a tape, obviously a tape he put out, so he wasn't even there. So again, giving Joe Walsh the benefit of the doubt, that maybe, again, this only happened on the weekend, but if Joe Walsh does not come out today or tomorrow and denounce Michael Cohen, Joe, I promise you, Joe Walsh will not be a friend of mine, and I will be on Joe Walsh's case, just like Michael Cohen's case. So I hope he does the right thing, but. So far, this is where we are. But that's not just only Joe Walsh, and it's not only but there's a lot of others, and there's a lot. And I'm not going to go through each and every one of their names right now, but we're going to compile the names because today's already Monday, and as of Monday, there's only, like I said, Jojo, Midas, Glenn Kirshner, and Ron. Four people, four organizations, or four people that cut ties with Michael Cohen. Um, that's not enough. That's very concerning to me. So, for those of you out there, I want to make it again clear. If you continue supporting Michael Cohen, you are the same way supporting Donald Trump. It's the same thing supporting Pam Bondi or anybody else to, what's it called, cover up for the Epstein Files. So, I recommend that you do not do that because we here as a community will not let you, we won't let you get away with it. We will confront you, and we will make sure that you either you're going to choose the side of the survivors and the truth, or you are going to have to slither away with Michael Cohen and to Mega World or wherever else they're planning on coming from. Also, just give you some stuff update on it. So, Michael Cohen came out. What's it called? And yesterday, I think today, in his he put out a video on his YouTube, and he wrote a letter. And in his letter and in his YouTube video, he talks about how he says something very interesting, folks. And this is where we're gonna do something because Michael Cohen, Jolly Ginger. Also, thank you, Paula. I have not reached out to Jolly Ginger. I will give him a call today. Actually, I will give you get you. You remind me. I will reach out because it's upsetting what he did to Jolly because he literally went on with Jolly from Minnesota and then put out that letter 2 hours later. So if you and I know a lot of you guys were waiting to go on watching Jolly from Minnesota, and I know Jolly's busy probably in Minneapolis right now. They're protesting. He probably doesn't even know what's going on. I'm convinced that Jolly will be the first one that goes after Michael Cohen after he finds out because these are good people. That's what I want to say to you. I can't, these are people that we're also con with them. So I ask each and every one of you to hold off on your attacks. Dr. Steve Hassad came out on Dr. Cohen, absolutely, Steve Schmidt, but hold your attacks on certain people. Give them a chance because not everybody's here 24/7. But if they come out live, if they start writing letters and they ignore the Michael Cohen thing or they go out and support him, then folks, all bets are off. Then they deserve whatever is coming to them because then there's no what's it called, playing games, because there's a right and a wrong. There's no middle here. Uh, what else, folks? Oh, so Michael Cohen said that he is going to that he's going to. This is very. Oh, by the way, I did send it to Costa. He said he responded to me. Thank you. Let's see how he responds if he talks about it or or if anything comes out. But today, unfortunately, I didn't hear too much news again about any of the pundits. Because this is big news. Because Michael Cohen keeps saying something, people are just not listening to what he's doing, folks. He said today that he is planning to go. He spoke to James Comer's team. So I want to stop you, folks. James Comer's team. That he spoke to James Comer's team and that he is going to go testify on the record. What is he going to go testify on the record, folks? Do you think James Comer is going to let Michael Cohen testify? Do you think Michael Cohen is all of a sudden going to go testify on the record with James Comer about what happened to Katie Johnson? What happened in 2016? No, folks. That's not what the plan is. The plan is what he's planning on doing with James Comer is for him to go on the record to build a case against Letitia James and against Alvin Bragg. That is what Michael Cohen is planning on doing, going on the record, because to set the record under oath, so this way now that Donald Trump, the DOJ, that they could use that as to, open up their investigation into Letitia James and use that in their defense to be able to try to erase all of Donald Trump's convictions. But I have an idea. And here's my idea, folks. And I'm going to share it with you first, and then after I share it with you, I'm going to get on the phone and I'm going to try to reach out to Congressman Ro Khanna today, Congressman Raskin, and anybody else I can in my Rolodex, because if Michael Cohen is willing, and he's come out said that he's willing to testify on the record, well, folks, why don't we have Michael Cohen sit down and testify about what he knows on the record, under oath, what he was planning on testifying to the DOJ in 2019 about what he knows about Epstein and Donald Trump? Why don't we have Michael Cohen right now sit down in Congress and on the record, under the perjury, under oath, and where could come out and ask him the questions, where Congress could ask him the questions about what transpired, just like Tara Palmieri asked him those questions, just like Zev Shalev asked those questions, where now Congress could ask those same questions under oath. So, Michael, if you're watching, which I'm pretty sure you are, or if you're going to watch this later, I have an idea. If you want to clear your name, and if you really are sincere, and you're saying you had nothing to do with Katie Johnson, and if you want people to think about that, this was not all a setup, and this is all, you're playing this victim role, you have a chance. You have a chance to go. Don't wait till you're called, because I'm going to speak to them, for them to call you. But don't wait till they're called. Why don't you go out? And folks, you could go, for all of those that are still following Michael Cohen out there, and some of you might still have, you can't get rid of your, what's it called? Subscriptions to him, and you still have it. Go on to his chat, or go on to whenever he does a live and tell him, Michael, you say you want to go testify. Testify. We want you to testify about the Epstein stuff on the record. We want you to go on the record and tell, under oath, say you don't know anything. Go under oath and tell and say, just like you tell him the story about Jane Doe, that you sent the investigator to, just like you told Tara, just like you told Zev, like you told. Do that under oath, Michael. Do you understand what I'm saying, folks? So we have a way out. We have what we're going to do. So we have a game plan. And the game plan is that Michael Cohen, since the DOJ, think about how great this is. The DOJ has decided not to, because today is literally 30 days. Today was the day that the DOJ is now in default. Donald Trump signed December 19th. He signed the Epstein files into law. That means that they had till today, they had to release all the unredacted evidence. Instead of releasing all the unredacted evidence, they released 1%. Out of that 1%, most of it is redacted. Out of that 1% that's redacted, now after Michael Cohen, just think about what happens. Michael Cohen comes out, makes that statement. All of a sudden, within an hour or two, the DOJ comes out and says, we do not have to provide you any more of the Epstein stuff. Why? Because I'm telling you, because right now they're looking for that other proffer that Michael Cohen did with his attorneys, and they're trying to find that before that gets dumped. So this way it doesn't say, because right now it's the cover-up that's happening. Right now they're trying to make sure that what Michael Cohen was going to tell the DOJ about Donald Trump was the only thing that he could do that he had over Donald Trump was what Donald Trump told him to do, and how to get make sure that KG Johnson case went away. Just like Donald Trump told him how to get the Stormy Daniels case to go away, just like Donald Trump told him about everything else 14 years as he was his, what's it called, uh, um, a fixer. So basically, that's the plan. And it's very simple, folks. So instead of right now getting angry and just shutting off and letting them do what they do, let's use our anger, let's use our frustration, and let's be smarter than them. So let's use right now, today, I want us, the call to action for everybody out there is today we are going to flood the phones of every single congressman and senator. Let's make sure also, let's get Marjorie Taylor Greene. Marjorie Taylor Greene will love to call Michael Cohen to testify, folks. That's a good one. I'm going to also, and it should be live, televised, not behind closed door. I agree with you. It should be live, televised. Put Michael Cohen there. You know, he brags about, I've been in Congress 7 times. I'm the only one that testified there. Well, here, Michael, we need you to go in Congress one more time. We need you to go alive, and believe me, we need you to. No, if he pleads the fifth, then it's we understand what's going on. You know what I'm saying to you? We already know what's going on, but I think Michael Cohen put himself in a major box right now because of also perjury and other things that he might be opening himself up to with what he's doing and what he's planning on doing. Because remember, a lot of this stuff could be state charges that Donald Trump wouldn't even be able to help him with if he was found because to do perjury or something in a state case, because this was not federal. So that is basically what I want to end off our show on, because I think, like I said, we need positivity, and we don't, there's a lot of negativity going on. We know, what's going on between, Ukraine, what's going on in Venezuela. I didn't even go into Venezuela today, folks. I'm going to go into Venezuela more tomorrow because there's some more information that I'm going to be sharing with you that I'm getting to hopefully overnight tonight, that nobody's talking about, but there's definitely more information about Venezuela. But I want to concentrate on this. 2 things is what our call to action is today. Number 1 is we want to make sure to be loud and clear to let every congressman know there that they cannot allow Donald Trump to go and you invoke this KKK law of 1860 something to be able to go after an independent journalist. Because if you might like Don Lemon, you might not like Don Lemon, you might agree with what Don Lemon did yesterday, you might disagree with what Don Lemon did. It doesn't matter. It's not about agreeing it's not about Don Lemon, folks. It's about what Donald Trump is trying to use a certain law to be able to shut our First Amendment speech down. Again, it's not about what the protester did. If you agree with them going into the church or you disagree with them, it's not about that. It's about the fact that they're trying to go after an independent journalist for using his free speech. That's a very important situation because simultaneously they're tying in Black Lives Matter, and basically they're trying to paint a picture for what I've been telling you all along, is to set up that picture where they could use Black Lives Matter as the funding source. Use a guy like Don Lemon as the fake media that distributes it, and turn this into a conspiracy case, including the governor, the mayor, and then comes insurrection, and then it becomes a model for other states. This is Project 2025, folks. This is what Stephen Miller is doing. As crazy as it sounds like this is a book, a scientific book that I'm reading that from 50 years, maybe in the future, that might not happen. But it is happening, and that's what's exactly happening. And that's why what we could do about that is, again, using the power of our voices. The power of our voices is to go out there and make sure that we let them know, because it's not about a protest. It's not about one person. It's about what they're doing to our constitutional rights. and in return, maybe we'll be able to save Don Lemon from prosecution or worse than that they're planning on doing. So that's our first call to action. Our second call to action, which is as important and maybe even more important, is that the Epstein Files. Not only are we calling our Congress people to make sure that that they are front and center, that we help Congressman Ro Khanna and Congressman Massey and all of and Raskin and the others that are fighting every day with the DOJ, with the courts to get these files released. While that's happening, folks, I want us to stop and remind each and every one of these congressmen, because I think they're not realizing what they have. I think they forgot what kind of gift God has given us. That gift is called Michael Cohen. Michael Cohen opened his big mouth. Let's now, right now, while we're waiting for the dump, while we're waiting for more Epstein documents, while we're fighting for a special magistrate, right now, we could do something. We already have Epstein Files that has Michael Cohen's name in it. That's a fact. Fact. We have a factual documentation. Michael Cohen is in the files. Not only is he in the files, he's not just there mistakenly, he's in the files several times. He's in the first dump. So think about, out of the 1% that we have received, we have 2 emails with Michael Cohen's literally names on there in the files, but also, as you see in the incredible investigative work that Zev and Ellie have done, is they have took a look of all the other emails that went together between Bannon and Epstein and others. And the one thing that they both said is that Epstein was very involved in Michael Cohen's criminal case. Why would Epstein be so involved in a person's case that he doesn't know, that they never met, doesn't know nothing about? So those things are facts. The other thing that is facts is Michael Cohen has been on the record. This is very important. This is why, for all of you that are going to make your calls, write your letters, our volunteer group, Jay's going to, speak to you guys for you to go out there and do your thing today, to make sure that Congress knows and they understand that Michael Cohen has gone on the record here, videos on Substack with Tara Palmieri, with Zev Shalev, with us, talking about this mysterious Jane Doe that he sent private investigators to in 2016, folks. This is real. This is serious, because there is no case like that. This is where Michael Cohen gets questioned back and forth. This is where Michael Cohen can't turn around and get upset and say, I'm not going to answer. This is very important. So that's why we need to make sure we have plenty of evidence that while Michael Cohen speaking about that 2016 about Jane with plenty of interviewers. We also have plenty of Michael Cohen on the records talking about that he's never met Epstein, doesn't know Epstein, has nothing to do. Epstein doesn't know anything about Epstein. So I'm going to end you off on that, because I know a lot of you want to go see the game. Indiana is winning 10-0, folks. It's the second quarter, so I'm going to get ready for the second half. I'm going to make some popcorn. I'm going to sit down with my son Andrew, because I let him stay up late today so he could watch the game with me, because they have school tomorrow, and we're going to watch the game together. But I want to say this to you, folks. First of all, God bless each and every one of you. I love you guys. You are incredible. Your voices are strong. Just think about what we did. We basically took a person that was literally infiltrated us, infiltrated our families, infiltrated for so many years, government officials, politicians, media, so many people, to when at the most important time, when we are here to try to save our democracy, when we're losing all our rights, everything, he comes out and basically stabbed us all in the back by going out there and trying to do it. And to make matters worse, I'm sorry, before we go, I just see this, he put something out. He says, breaking. Tomorrow, please join me and my longtime friend and co-author of the Pardon and Emancipation Order, Jesse Jackson Jr. Remember I told you he was doing so. The order which I have been attacked on is not for us singular; it's claimed. So he's planning tomorrow to go live on Substack, folks, with Jesse Jackson Jr. to talk about what he's planning on, saying that he was coerced. I mean, you can't make this up. This guy has no backbone, and so tomorrow when he goes live, make sure everybody's in there. Make sure everybody's in the chat. Make sure I will be there also. Make sure we're asking him those questions. What's going on with Katie Johnson? What's happening? If and Michael, we want you to testify in the Congress, not about that you did not see anything about Donald Trump. We want you to testify in the Congress about that letter that your name appeared in the Epstein Files. We want you to testify under Congress. Tell the truth, Michael. Once and for all, let's have Michael Cohen testify in front of Congress, and the subject be the Epstein Files, and talk to him. Somebody said, please invite me. I think American citizen, wants to come up. Let me try to get you up, American citizen, before we go, because I ran a little longer than we wanted. Let's see. I sent you an invite, American citizen. I sent you an invite. So if you get it, come on up. But for some reason, I'm trying to. I see. I don't know. America says. I think we're like 15 minutes delayed. That's why I think I'm having a problem bringing people up, and I'm reaching out to Substack, and I'm going to try to fix this. Find out how we could fix this tomorrow, because I see your post right now, but I think this is like, because I see others that are posting after you about things that we spoke about 15 minutes ago. So I apologize that, and I sent you the invite. So if you're seeing, maybe if you're still here, you can accept it. I'll give you like another maybe 15, 30 seconds, because I don't. Let me try again, American citizen. I just sent you another invite. I took that one off. I sent you here. Let me try do this. Let me try again. For some reason, I don't know. I sent it again. I hope you got it. I hope you could come up. If you could come up while I'm doing the closing, I'll bring you up. I know, guys, I see your messages, but I think it's like 15 minutes behind. I apologize. Again, we'll fix this up, and we'll try. In the meantime, American citizen, if you don't get the invite and you can't come up, I recommend go into our chat. Folks, I see the message. I invited American citizen up. I'm trying to get her up. For some reason. Uh, if you can't, if it's not coming up, go into our chat and leave all your messages in the chat, and we'll start up a chat in our chat with all of your ideas, guys. I'll look in the chat later, and then tomorrow I will be going live again, and maybe we'll work it out, and I'll get you up tomorrow if I can't get you up today, American citizen. But in the meantime, all your ideas, please put it in the chat. And for all of you, tune into our chat, because we have a lot of incredible subscribers there that have some incredible ideas that are, because like I said, we are a family. Yeah, folks, this is like 15 minutes away, because you're only now starting to ask me about code. I'll give it one more chance, American citizen. Like, we are persistent. I'm giving it one more chance. Let's see if we could get you up. Again, sent the invite. Anything? I apologize. Anyway, folks, we're gonna work out these kinks and figure out. I feel so bad, because I see so many times right now you're saying, "Please let me share ideas." I would love to. I mean, you know me, American citizens. So again, I hope just share it in the post. I tried to get you up 3 times. Technology is not the strongest part, but folks, you know what we need to do? Make sure to spread the message far and wide. That's the first thing. Make sure today call your Congress people. You have two important things: subpoena Michael Cohen, subpoena Michael Cohen, and let's do that tomorrow, or even starting today after you guys get off this live. Let's start doing a hashtag. Let's everybody go on and let's say, tag Congressman Ro Khanna, Congressman Massey, and say subpoena Michael Cohen about the Epstein files. Subpoena Michael Cohen about the Epstein files. Subpoena Michael Cohen about the Epstein files. Uh, American citizen, I can't accept yours. She's sending me an invitation. No, that doesn't work that way. It's going to disconnect us if I accept yours. Sorry, folks. Anyway, I guess American Citizen is going to go live right now. For those of you that want American Citizen, why don't you just go live right now? And for folks, those of you that want to listen because we're having a problem, go in, and she's going to be going live right now. She has some ideas to share with you guys, so this way you guys could definitely listen to her or put it in the chat, because I've tried like over 3 times already. But in the meantime, folks, continue doing what, as I told you. Make sure we spread the message. That's the most important thing. Also, if, like I said, if you can, the steps are becoming subscribers for free. That makes sure that our community grows and allows you to be able to be part of it, to listen to the messages. If you can, please become a paid subscriber, because being a paid subscriber definitely allows us to, like I said to you, the algorithms and everything else, to be able to make sure to be able to get going. And last but not least, if you can, continue to be able to, if you can, contribute to our GoFundMe's, to be able to, because like I said, it's our first phase. We're almost there. We're closing. And most importantly is our grassroots, to be able to, no, I tried again, American Citizen. It's not coming through. I'm sorry. I don't know. Okay, I tried again towards the end. Anyway, guys, have a great night. I will be live tomorrow again. Like I said, for those of you that want, go into our chat and put up your ideas in the chat. DM me, and we'll get to it. But right now, most important two things are the Epstein files and also what is happening in Minnesota. Besides, obviously, Venezuela, Russia, Ukraine, and all the other craziness Trump is doing. But like I said, we have hope. We have positivity, and that positivity is the Epstein files. And now Michael Cohen, as bad as he is, has given us a gift. We need to subpoena Michael Cohen, and we need him to go on the record under oath and talk about what he was going to tell the DOJ. What was he going to write? What's it called, about Katie Johnson? What does he know about Jane Doe? What does he know about the 14 years he was with Donald Trump? Not just specific questions having to do with Stormy Daniels, because that's all he spoke about. Anyway, folks, have a great night. For those of you that are going to go watch the football game, go Miami, go Indiana. It's going to be a great game. Right now, it is, I think, 10-0 Indiana at halftime. So, folks, I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.